they've got a big Giannis-shaped hole in the Celtics defense.
They're still going to have to probably build a wall. I don't know how they're going to do that when you got Damian Lillard coming off a pick and roll.
Giannis will just overpower them all day, every day.
Porzingis is being overrated. Where do I look? Overrated. With the Jrue trade and the Dame trade at the top of the East, we have the Bucks and the Celtics. Who owns the Eastern Conference? I think everybody's wrong, may I say, about the Celtics and how good they are. Ask me why.
Tell us why.
Kristaps Porzingis is being overrated. Where do I look? Overrated. Ever since they got him, I know whatever, they had to make a move. Kristaps Porzingis, he's such a good defender. Bullshit.
No.
He's scoring, his turnaround scoring up here. All these Celtics fans on the Ringer podcast network. Kristaps Porzingis is not someone you should build your front court around. I'll start us off there. Then, not to mention that, they've now just traded away Robert Williams and they've kept Al Horford, of course. I know they're not scared of Joel and the Sixers, that's fine. But they've got a big Giannis-shaped hole in the Celtics defense. What do you guys think? That's my starting point.
I have the same.
I like it.
I have the same rhetoric. If that's an appropriate use of it. Just because I remember when it was Celtics and the Bucks in the playoff series at one time, they brought Blake Griffin as a neutralizer. That was the sole purpose of Blake Griffin for that whole season. And now with Porzingis filling that kind of role in who they have to actually overtake, I just don't think that's it. Yeah. And removing Rob Williams is just another body. So now I'm like, okay, where are the centers going to come from? They need to start finding somebody on that roidy stuff because Giannis will just overpower them all day, every day.
I'm a little bit surprised because everyone's going so heavy Celtics, Jrue Holiday. Obviously, if you haven't heard, the Celtics have acquired Jrue Holiday. They basically got rid of Grant Williams, Rob Williams, and Marcus Smart, and they've brought in Porzingis and Jrue Holiday. Jrue Holiday's great. He's an upgrade.
He's a gift. He's a gift for anyone.
He's better than Marcus Smart. That's no disrespect, but he is. Their perimeter defense is going to be awesome. Their backcourt, or the three guys, the JJs, Jrue Holiday, Derek White, like that's awesome, so awesome. But
the center position, they're lacking.
Yeah,
I think they've always lacked that, and that's where Robert Williams did come into play to be that defensive anchor for when their guards get blown by. You've got Robert Williams, very hard to get past. Now they've gotten rid of him. As mentioned, you've got Porzingis and Al Horford. So I don't know how strong that will be in terms of the defensive anchor of that backcourt, front court, but it's going to be tough.
But the backcourt is looking strong.
Yeah,
I think, like they're saying, Jrue's kind of like a upgraded Marcus Smart. One could say,
I agree.
But the Jrue problem was like if you saw with the Heat, right, he just went into nothing. But it sort of counteracts that. Now he can just focus on being primarily a defensive player. And then have Tatum and Brown do the offensive work. Even White can do the offensive work as that front court. So that's where that positive is of the Celtics, and people are fixating and forgetting about, hey, the front court's still got issues.
Let me ask you, Porzingis, we've commented.
Yep.
Porzingis is my main issue. I think everyone's overestimating not only his interior defense, his defense in general.
Yep.
These guys, could you imagine what these teams are going to be doing to Porzingis in the playoffs?
I can't see the Celtics being able to stop Giannis. And if we're talking about the Celtics versus the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals, they're still going to have to probably build a wall. I don't know how they're going to do that when you got Damian Lillard coming off a pick and roll. But they still don't have an answer of how they're going to stop Giannis.
And I'm hearing over and over. I know Derek White is great. I'm hearing over and over again, Jrue is going to shut down Dame. Dame had one of the best statistical seasons of his career last year. Not that I look at the
Matching
numbers.
Michael Jordan even.
Didn't he drop like 60 in a game last year or 70?
Yeah. He had an unreal season. It's just unfortunate it was with...
Yeah,
we talked about this last week. The spacing, bro. It's like another player, the spacing. Yeah. The way that Giannis commands the defense and the way that Dame commands the defense.
And he's so quick off this first
25 feet away from Giannis.
That's right.
That's a player in itself. And then Chris Middleton doesn't have to do as much like offensively.
Brook Lopez stretching
Brook
the
Lopez
floor.
can do everything. I lean Bucks. Where do you guys lean overall?
Here you go, Chase.
This one is tough. This one, because we're talking, like I'm saying, their the backcourt with the guards are so much better, and the front court's kind of lacking. Do I have a gun against my head, or is this?
You do.
If I do, I have to go with the Bucks. If I do,
I love
but it's
that.
just slim.
So many people picking Celtics, man. I hate it. And I know I hate the Celtics. Okay, got me. But I don't know, bro. Low key, I know they've still got draft assets that they can trade, but this could be the beginning of the end for the Celtics. A slower burn than like for us. We're like pretty much at the end. But if Porzingis doesn't work out and Jrue Holiday's not young, Horford's not young, this could be the beginning of the end
This
for
feels like
this
the
era as
potential
well.
of
They're
this era.
banking on Porzingis and Jrue Holiday
Holiday.
taking them to the next level.
Andy.
And so what do you think, Bucks
So
or Celtics?
Look, definitely Bucks for myself. I definitely think Jrue is, of course, an upgrade for Marcus Smart, which is definitely going to help. But I don't think I believe in Porzingis on the defensive and offensive end to carry the load.
Can they get this done in the first year? New coach.
The Bucks, you meant?
The Bucks.
Yep.
New system, obviously. And then the Celtics. They've been playing with each other for how long? That synergy.
That's one of the
That
biggest
synergy.
things.
You know, I was listening to the media day, clips and, teasers, and they're saying, yeah, we were working out like this whole off season. So I was like, wow, together? I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
I think Bucks over Celtics, and if you remember last week, or if you watched last week's video, I did say the Bucks wouldn't win it all. So I do feel like they will still fall short, but I still think Bucks over Celtics.
I agree with that point of the first year, because Dame is 33.
Yep.
Yeah.
Giannis isn't getting any younger. He's not old. He's like 28. It is so important that they can get it done in this
KD
first
Booker
year.
couldn't do it. They fell short.
Yeah, they fell
lost.
short.
They nearly also lost to just Kawhi Leonard on his own without PJ.
And then
They're
Russell
lucky-
Westbrook.
They're
even-
lucky that Kawhi Leonard got injured, because if it was just Kawhi Leonard in there, he would have beat him.
But if they work it out, I think goes without saying, if they work it out, and now I want to simplify things, okay? So we talked about Porzingis, we talked about Horford, we talked about Jrue Holiday. Who are the best players in these two teams, right? So can we agree Giannis is the best player of the two teams? Yes.
Yep.
Right? A lot of people would make the case that Jason Tatum is
No.
better than Dame, right?
No.
And I'll hear that. Hold on. Okay, well, we're all on the same side here.
Ugh.
But a lot of people would, and I understand that.
Okay.
But on any given day, in a 2-week span of a 7-game series, Dame could be the better player than Jason Tatum.
For sure.
And so,
And
Nuke
Giannis
killer.
as well.
Absolute go
And
nuke
Giannis.
killer.
Yep.
and you know that old saying, who the best player in the team with the best player in the series will win the series. What if everyone who's picking Celtics, what if these two teams meet and Dame and Giannis are the best two players in the series? Who do you think's winning?
The Bucks.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell people the Bucks. I've been hearing it's the Ringer. I don't know why I listen to the Ringer.
They ride the
These
Celtics.
Boston, they're actually all from Boston. They're Boston fans. They love Porzingis. They're talking to themselves. They're talking to themselves into
This
Porzingis.
unicorn, you know.
At best, it will go great. He is a stretch the floor big,
yeah.
stretch 5, all these things.
Well, for how long? Injury prone.
And injury prone. And
Injury
I
prone.
tried not to even bring that up, but injury prone. And Al Horford's like 43. So he's not. He's
But no,
36.
he's getting up. Like,
That's
he's
right.
up there. And he already looked tired.
Yeah.
He already looked tired 2 seasons ago. I'm surprised he made it through this one.
And then the final question I have, I know that the Bucks have their own questions, but the Celtics, 1 through 6, amazing. They've got Tatum, Brown, White, Holiday, Horford, and then Porzingis. And then after that, Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser, Lamar Stevens. They've got no one from 7 onwards. I don't want to hear this fucking Peyton Pritchard shit. And people say fucking Sam Hauser. No, the playoffs. We're talking playoffs.
Yeah, we're talking playoffs.
The good thing for them is that they still have draft capital that they can trade. So I assume they're not done. Before the deadline, they'll bring in 1 or 2 more players to help out. But they don't have depth. They have less depth, at least, than the Bucks do. The Bucks have their numbers are Giannis,
Yep.
Dame, Brook Lopez, Chris Middleton. I'd say Pat Connaughton gets into the starting lineup.
Yep.
Bobby Portis. This is the Bobby Portis, Lopez, and Giannis thing. They're going to bully them.
Yep.
Bobby Portis, Jay Crowder, if he's all
Is
right.
that he's? I think he might be meant like maybe what's his name? Lillard would have a talking to him.
Yeah.
Jay Crowder will be like
Seriously, he's just not it.
And then I don't mind a bit of Cameron Payne. They just signed Cameron Payne.
they did.
He was
they
good
did,
coming off the
they
bench for the
did.
Bucks.
You know who the Celtics just signed to the training camp?
Who?
Mr. Efficient, Wenyan Gabriel.
Oh, yeah, they mentioned Gabriel. If you're new to the show, then
I don't know why they don't just look for a cheap Dwight Howard and get some bully under the ring.
they might.
You know?
Who knows? We'll see.
Why not?
If I need to reiterate it, Porzingis ain't all that. That's why I think the Bucks.
He's
are
not
the
that guy.
Celtics. He's not that
What we're
guy,
trying to
and you
say.
better
He's not that guy.
remember that when it happens, when he's not that good this season. I don't think there's anything else on this
Bucks
topic.
over Celtics.
When he's sticking you and taking all your money.